Hello, if you're new here, my name's Paddy, and recently, a few months ago, I just completed a mammoth tour of Thailand on this little baby here. This is a 1994 Honda Dream, aka Dreamy. And we went to every single province in Thailand. So that meant we went to 77 provinces and lots of different islands as well. We saw it all. And she's been happily in retirement for a while now in this garage here in Bangkok. My friend Jack's taking care of her. And honestly, seeing her now fills me with so much love and so much joy. Obviously, as the title of this video suggests, it's time to retire Dreamy and replace her with something new and my dream bike. Let me introduce you to Zelda. And here she is, Zelda. The few days and maybe a week that I've been driving this around Bangkok, I've gotten to know her, and she's a her, she's a girl. And I didn't have a name for her at first, but then me and Miss P were thinking of cool names. And obviously I love gaming, next level adventures. And you know, I play my Nintendo DS and all that. And one of my favorite games is Zelda. And it just felt right to call her Zelda after the Princess Zelda in the game. And as you can see, there are a lot of little parts, modifications. So let's walk around the bike. Let me show you all of the pieces. Some of them are just from Lazada and some of them are from K-Speed based in Bangkok. So let's start with the cheapest parts and we'll work our way up to the most expensive. Okay, I apologize for the noise. I am next to the main road here, outside of SMS Sakol Motorsports. So let's start with the most unglamorous things, the cheapest thing. So this is my water bottle holder. Very exciting, but also very important. I don't have a front basket like I had on Dreamy or Super Dreamy. There is nothing at the front here. So, you know, when you're driving in a hot country and you're stopping at the traffic lights, this is how I'm going to be hydrating. Next up is this 3 litre, I think it is, extra fuel tank that bolts onto the side, and then you just twist this, because let's face it, when I was traveling Vietnam and a few times here in Thailand, just to have a little bit extra on the side of the bike is just going to give me that extra mileage and hopefully save me if I ever get stranded somewhere miles away from a petrol station. Next up is these hand guards. Now, I'm not 100% sold on these. Have a look. They are a little bit flimsy. And I'm not quite sure if I like them. They do match the bike, the red and the black. But let me know in the comments if you think I should lose them. I can tell you that in Bangkok, they're really unpractical because they always are hitting into the cars as I'm trying to weave through traffic, because I'm just not used to them and I don't really get what they are. But I thought they were cool, but I'm not sold on them. But we'll keep them for now and we'll see what it's like when we get out of Bangkok. I'm really excited to get out of Bangkok, and that's why we're going to be going on a road trip, but I'll explain more about that in a second. On the handlebars themselves, I have 2 things that are important. One's just a phone holder. I definitely will upgrade this at a different time to maybe one of those quad lock systems. But for now, I just have a 300 baht cheap one. And then this here is for my GoPro. So that's where I have my front facing GoPro, because you know, since Vietnam I have the chest mount and then I have the one on the handlebar facing me, and I can switch between the 2 angles. And this is the last one from Lazada. This is the back box here, and I got it from, I don't know actually the name of the brand, but I'll put it in the description if you want to buy it on Lazada. They have a few different colors, but the black one's always out of stock, so make sure you book ahead. The cool part about it is it fits perfectly on the back of this bike. There's padding as well, because if I have a passenger, they can squeeze their butt behind me and then they'll have some padding. And then it does come with straps as well, so that you can easily pick it up, bring it to your room. It comes off the bike really easily, and it's also good for if I have a tent or some something else I can jam it underneath. For now, I do have this tripod, but I'm just using some ties to hold that behind. Because when I'm driving, obviously, you know, I like to put the camera down and drive past it and get those shots that we all love. So they're all the cheap parts that you can get on Lazada. Now let me show you some of the more expensive parts that I got from K-Speed here in Bangkok. So the first one might split the crowd. Some people are not quite sure about this part. I love it. So there you go. It's called a tank cover. It's made by Diablo, and it's just meant to look like you have a tank. There is no fuel. This is completely aesthetic, although there is a slight practical use. This little toggle at the top, you twist that and you can take this off, and inside is a hidden bag, and you can hide documents in there, maybe your passport or whatever. It's not quick access. It's certainly not easy to just take that off and grab a wallet or your phone. And I just think it gives the whole bike a new look. It separates it from all of the other CT 125s on the road. It just gives it a whole new silhouette, and I love it. So that's why I bought that. The next one from K-Speed is the Diablo seat. This is leather. And it's very, very soft. It was quite expensive. It was 3,000 baht, I believe. It definitely makes the ride a bit more softer, and I think it looks cooler than the stock one. And yeah, the only bad news is the other day there was a cat sat on here clawing the crap out of it, so now there's a few scratches on my brand new seat, but there you go, you live and learn. I also wanted new tires, so we took off the road tires that came with it, and we installed these big chunky tires. But because they were so much bigger, we had to remove the front fender. This thing, is that a fender? I think so. So this is a completely new part, and you know, because normally it comes down to around about here, but because of the new thick, bigger tires, we have to raise it up. And I just think it looks so cool. It makes it look so much more aggressive, and it gives it almost like a dirt bike kind of look. So yeah, I really, really like that new silhouette with the raised fender on the front wheel. And obviously the back had enough room already, so we didn't have to do anything at the back there. But yeah, the front, we raised it up with this new part from K-Speed, and the sick tires again from K-Speed. And the last part, and the most expensive, I think this was nearly 8,000 baht. This is the Diablo. It's a beautiful exhaust. It really matches the aesthetic of the red and the black, and obviously it sounds amazing. So I'll show you how it sounds in a second. I think that's pretty much all the parts on Zelda. There she is. What do you think? Let me tell you what I think. I think it's the best bike ever. I think it's my dream bike. For people who've been watching me on the Budgeteers and then on my brand new solo channel for the last year and a half, you would have heard me over the years say how much I love the Honda CT 125 and how much this bike was my dream bike. You know, it's not too big, it's not silly, it's 125cc, and I just love the tactical look, and I like its practicality. It's not the fastest bike, it's not the most comfortable bike. Some of the parts might go, and I might replace them with others over time, we'll see. I haven't really had much time to test it out properly, other than being stuck in Bangkok traffic. Let me just quickly drive up and down a few streets, let you hear the engine, let you hear the exhaust, give you the new angles that we've got ready for you for the new series that's coming, and after that I'll tell you where I'm taking her. Okay, welcome to the first ride. Let's just say goodbye and thank you to Jack. See you later, Jack.
See you, Paddy.
Thanks for taking care of Dreamy.
No worries.
I'll be back soon. SMS Sakol Motorsports. Just here on Sukhumvit. If you ever need anything to do with bikes, Jack's your man. And he's taking care of Dreamy. And so yeah, look, this is the new setup. Have a look at the tank cover. You see? I just like having that tank there. You know why? Because it makes me feel like I'm driving a real motorbike. Because let's face it, a Honda CT 125, or a Trail as they call it in America, you know, it is a motorbike, but it's not like a real proper motorbike. I wasn't ready to step up to a 350 or a 500, and even, you know, manual. This is semi-automatic. It's all controlled with the clutch. Speaking of the engine, have a listen. It's just enough, you know, it's not in your face, it's not ridiculously loud and it's going to wake people up, and, you know, I'm not one of those people with those loud, crazy exhaust systems. This is just enough to feel a bit more aggressive, a bit more, you know, a little bit more of an attention seeker. Zelda is a bit more of an attention seeker, bless her, especially with all these new mods. And you know what's great is when I'm in the traffic lights, I'm getting smiles, I'm getting thumbs up by Grab drivers and Thai motorcyclists. They hear it, they turn, they look, and they see the shiny red and the black mods, and they like it, and they give me the thumbs up, and that makes me feel great. You know, this bike represents a lot. It represents hard work, sacrifice, and to an extent, success because of those things. This is the most expensive thing I've ever bought in my entire life. Buying the bike with all of the mods, you're talking about 100,000 Thai baht is in this bike. And I've never bought anything that expensive. I bought cameras and a MacBook before, but nothing ever this amount of money. And so I just feel really happy and proud to have been working really, really hard and producing content and sacrificing a lot in order to, you know, buy my dream bike. This is my dream bike. I know it's not a Honda Africa Twin or a Harley Davidson. This is a Honda CT125. This is my dream bike, and it makes me immensely happy to be able to drive it for you. So where are we taking her? Let's get onto the Sukhumvit Road and I'll tell you. Okay then, so as I mentioned, I wanted to take this bike into Vietnam, and I tried my best. I even got in contact with Honda, but it was just not possible. I was not able to take this bike into Vietnam no matter what. So I left her here and I decided to do plan B. So plan B, and where we will go next internationally, is Laos. We're going to drive into Laos. We're going to cross the border up near Chiang Rai. We'll drive up northern Laos where there's lots of mountains. We'll check out Lam Prabang, Vang Vieng and Vien Chen and a bunch of other places. And then if we're having a good time, we'll continue south to Paxi. And if we are having an even amazing time and everything is going well with this bike, we'll go into Cambodia. I have all of the paperwork. This bike is in my name. I have the green book. I have a license. I have all the stuff I need. So I should be able to take this across the borders now. So we're going to be going to Laos and possibly Cambodia. But we're not going right now. Two reasons. The first is I'm going to be doing a short road trip on this channel from Bangkok to Chiang Mai. I'm going to be leaving the bike in Chiang Mai for a few weeks because I have to go back to England. My grandmother is very sick and I haven't seen my family for a very long time. So I'm going to be going home for a couple of weeks. And so let me just get past this noisy part. I'm so ready to get the hell out of Bangkok. I love Bangkok, you guys know I do, but with this new bike, this new toy, this new lease of life, this bike needs to be in the mountains. This bike needs to be in nature. And so that's why I'm going to be doing this mini trip, this mini series that's coming next from Bangkok to Chiang Mai. I'll be stopping off at all of the places that were closed because of COVID that I really wanted to go when I was doing the provinces. I'll be taking you to Uthai Thani, Sukhothai, Lampang, and Bangkok, not Bangkok, and Chiang Mai. So we'll be doing like a 1-week road trip. So I'll be making amazing videos. I'm staying at some beautiful places, going to some amazing sites, all of which none of you have ever seen, including me. I was so excited to go to these places, but yeah, like I said, they were closed because of COVID. So what to expect on this channel? Other than Zelda being the new bike in the channel, we're going to Chiang Mai, Bangkok to Chiang Mai road trip. Then we'll go into Laos and potentially Cambodia. But there might be a little bit of a break, just a 2-week break, because I have to go see my mum and my sister and her new baby, and of course my grandmother. Fingers crossed she's still there when I get home. So thanks for watching. I hope you like the new bike. But even if you don't, I absolutely love it. It's literally my dream bike. And I feel so happy and proud to have it in my life. So thank you for watching. Because if it wasn't for you guys watching the videos, interacting and finding them fun and interesting and entertaining, I wouldn't be able to invest the money the channel's made into something like this. So thank you.